Hi everyone, thank you to my subscribers, and big thank you to the person who sent this to me. This is a great article from CNBC, came out yesterday, as of today anyway, May 10th. Ex-NFL star Ricky Williams studies astrology and is telling him to invest in Bitcoin. Now myself, I do not invest in Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, nor do I condone or encourage it, but I'm just reading the article. But if that's your thing, go for it, man. Williams has spent a chunk of his post-football life studying everything from holistic medicine to astrology, and he tells CNBC that the studying the cosmos actually informed his decision to invest in the recent cryptocurrency boom. When I look at things, I tend to look at astrology to get insight. He tells NBC that his readings of astrological charts have pointed him in the direction of Bitcoin. The insight that got me interested in Bitcoin was that planet Uranus is about to enter Taurus. Uranus, he explains, is about revolution. It's about a change in the way we do things. It's about innovation. And Taurus is about resources and finances. The revolutionary aspect of Uranus in astrology, combined with Taurus's focus on wealth and finance, is leading Williams to predict that in the near future we're going to totally change the way we view and understand finances. What's more is Pluto is passing through the astrological sign Capricorn, which Williams explains is about our structures, like banks, for instance. I mean, if this doesn't word for word cover everything we've been talking about specifically, as in totally going to change the way we do things since September of last year, I don't know what does. I've showed you that Ronald Reagan, was Eisenhower, J.P. Morgan. Now, no one can prove it, but no one can disprove it. So good enough for me. J.P. Morgan supposedly saying that millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. I showed you from, was it NPR or the New York Times, some old article from like '88 telling me that world leaders all over this place, world leaders use astrology like no one's business. Reagan, one of Reagan's crew in the '80s, said, one of his guys said the majority of the Wall Street bankers that he knows of uses astrology. The Bible tells you there will be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. Jesus himself said, follow the guy with the pitcher of water. That's Aquarius. That's the stars. And that's depicted, he's the water bearer. Sometimes he's holding a bucket. Sometimes he's holding a pitcher. Sometimes he's holding a purse. It's all representative of the same thing. And all this stuff is happening inside of you as well, because your fingers, your chakras, all ruled by the planets. So as above, so below. So whether something happens on the 15th, as this guy says, we didn't say the 15th, but when he says Uranus moves into Taurus, that's on the 15th, 16th-ish. And that's all using tropical, whatever, Western astrology. But that stuff is very relevant to me. That's why I stick with it. I understand that there's different types and what have you. You have to, whatever works for you that's how I look at this stuff. There's a bunch of different legends and a bunch of different ways and calendars and this and that we can go off of. You can take a little bit from everything. You don't have to be dedicated to just one. But the Western stuff really, really is relevant to me. Okay, so regardless of whatever, I'm a Cancer, so there's a lot of Taurus, and we're just sticking with the Western of this I'm saying right now, but I'm a Cancer, so there's a lot of Tauruses out there. So whenever this planet enters into Taurus, that's you. That's your sign. And you can say whatever you want, but you were born into a star sign whenever you're born, regardless of whether you want to believe it or like it or not. It's irrelevant. You are tied to the stars at the exact moment that you were born. And we've been talking about this, right? Whenever these planets do their thing, specifically Saturn into Capricorn, and that's into 2020 with Jupiter, late 2022 you have late December 2020, excuse me. You have Saturn and Jupiter conjuncting, and then you have Pluto, like he even says, thrown in there. And every time Pluto's conjunct Saturn, you have World War I and World War II and 9/11. The stuff is there, like it even says in the Bible. Again, there'll be signs in the stars and the moon and the sun. It's all there. And I just think it's amazing they're talking about this. Specifically the Uranus and the Taurus thing. So maybe something will happen, maybe it won't, but regardless, it could be just a big, huge personal event in your life, in your personal life that takes place. I mean, the stage is set for something to happen big time anyway, but who knows? I mean, it's been a pretty active, because it's not just the moment, and big things have happened when it's been that day when it's actually changed signs, but it's also the lead up to it all. And think about Hawaii and this North Korea, South Korea, peace declaration, which is hilarious. I have seen so many people fooled by that. Be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they declared peace. That's amazing. And we're talking pastors on here who are supposed to be real smart, telling everybody how to live, saying, wow, that's incredible. Because, yeah, you can trust communists. Whatever they say, yeah, sure. If that's what they say, then yep, you should just take it for exactly what they say. And in the meantime, you might want to look up the word communism, because I'm pretty sure if you just type in the word, hey, Google, what does communism tell you? The definition will be, they tell you what you want to hear. So you got that, you got the Hawaii thing, you've got a stock market that still has not recovered from the big crash in February, which showing you from 2 years ago, people using these alignments saying that the beginning of the the beginning of the revolution of the financial system will happen early 2018, and then that's what happened. Biggest crash of all time that we still haven't recovered from, saying in a bunch of videos. Changing the way governments will do things. All right. North Korea, peace. China, now we're an emperor. I mean, all this stuff is happening in real time. We haven't even gotten started yet. So we have Uranus moving into Taurus in the 15th, and then if I'm not mistaken, he goes back and goes in retrograde, in November, and then after it finishes its retrograde, it goes back into Taurus again, where it'll stay for 7 years. Here's because here I'll read this stupid little Western astrology thing. I get this little magazine. Uranus is considered the planet of shocking, game-changing events. How about this? New phase in war. Game changer. Out there in the Middle East. Just like that. That's funny because that's all timed with this planet going into Taurus, the game changer, the shocker. I've seen the word bombshell on the Drudge Report a bunch of times in the last couple weeks. So it's fun to it's fun to watch this in real time because it's happening, as far as I'm concerned. But, take with it what you want, or take from it what you want. Still got people saying disinformation, still say bullshit. Well, it may look that way to you, but it doesn't look that way to me. And we got some big stuff still yet to come, and even bigger moments in the stars coming later, specifically 2020. So, as Samuel L. Jackson said in Jurassic Park, right? Hold on to your butts.